Okay, we're standing across the street from the Davis Coal and Coke Company's engineering building, which served a number of functions here in town. Underground mining was a labor-intensive and dangerous process. If you can picture what it would be like to be removing material from hundreds of feet below the Earth's surface. There's always a danger of collapse. There's the presence of methane gas in the coal. And so it was important for mine tunnels and the work of mining to be planned carefully so that the coal could be brought from the ground efficiently and quickly and without the tunnel collapsing in the midst of the process. So Davis Coal and Coke Company built a building to facilitate the work of planning mine tunnels and other things like that. And there was a vast interconnected network of mine tunnels underneath Thomas and the surrounding area. So this was actually a very extensive network, and so sheet after sheet after sheet of drawings of the tunnels were kept on file so that the company knew what was where at all times, and as they were planning new tunnels, they would know where they were going to interact with and cross under old ones, all kinds of things like that. So an important building from that standpoint. But there was also an engineering and a scientific component to the coal itself. And so next door, the company built a chemistry laboratory where it could actually test samples of the coal. Coal could be used for a number of different functions. It could be used as an industrial fuel, powering things like locomotives, the stationary engines that powered factories, and electric power plants. It was also, of course, a very common home heating fuel, and it was and still is used in a whole variety of chemical products, and a lot of things that you use or interact with every day: shampoo, tar, and asphalt in the road surface. All kinds of materials are made with chemicals derived from coal. And so the chemical laboratory could determine what each pocket, each seam of coal in the area contained, chemically speaking. There were also other functions that took place in the engineering building. It served as a company pay office, so on paydays, miners would line up outside, and in the days when the company issued its own scrip, its own currency, the miners would be paid in that. That was currency that was good only at the company's stores, the Buxton and Land Street stores. Later on, when the miners were paid in U.S. currency, they still picked up their pay here at the company office. And we've interviewed people who grew up in Thomas and Copeton and in the surrounding area, who remember that there were once armed guards placed in the third-story bay windows along the roof line of this building, just to make sure that things didn't get out of hand on payday. The building is, of course, right across the street from Buxton and Land Street's largest company store in the area, so that and there would have been interaction between the miners picking up their pay and going shopping, but there were also accounts to be settled on payday for things purchased on store credit and things like that. The Western Maryland Railway also maintained a clerk here who was responsible for merchandise and inventory at the company store that arrived by train. And as coal mining declined and the railroad remained in business, there were other clerk and dispatching functions that took place for the railroad in the engineering building in its later years. The building has been empty for many years now, but there are local entities that are looking into ways to make it usable again. So we hope to see some activity in the building someday in the future.